This tutorial will show you how to edit your SIOP walkthrough form so you can have your data for individual teachers not only in the spreadsheet view of all the teachers, but on individual teacher documents. The first thing you need to do is, if you haven't already made a copy of the SIOP walkthrough form that has been shared with you, please do so. If you've already made a copy, you do not have to do this step. Just open up the copy that you've made. But if you haven't made a copy, click on File and make a copy. I would recommend changing the name of the form to include your name or the name of the school where you'll be doing these observations. So I can just type in ESC and click OK. And now I've made a copy of the form that was shared with me, and I know it's mine because I have ESC, or I could have named it Warsh SIOP walkthrough form as well. The one thing you're going to have to change in this document is the one question for teacher name, which right now exists as a text question. What you need to do is put your cursor over the question, and you notice when you do, you get some menu choices. You'll click on the pencil, which is for edit. We are going to change this question to a choose from a list question. Part of what needs to be done is a question needs to be identified, and all the names of the people that you are going to be observing needs to be options in this list. So for example, I'm going to type in the names of the people that I would be observing. You can come back later if you get a new teacher. So just say you've done 15 observations and you have a new teacher, you can always come back and add the teacher to this list. But the teacher's name that you are going to be observing needs to be one of the names in the teacher name question under choose from a list before you want to go and observe them. All this stuff needs to be set up prior to observation. So when you have everybody's names, you simply click Done. And I'll remind you again, if you have a new teacher, you can always come in later, go back to Edit, and add a new teacher's name that you are going to be observing. So that's all you need to do in your form. The next thing you need to do is you need to go back to your drive and you need to create a new folder. So you're going to go click on Create and pick Folder. If you are using the newer version of Google Drive, you don't have a Create button. You have a New button. So you can click on New and Folder as well. So you want to make a folder where you are going to put the evaluation form in, and we're going to create documents for each one of the teachers. So when you go to the evaluation form and select that teacher, there is a document that is already created that all their information from that observation is going to go into. So you can name the folder whatever you want. I would name it possibly your name and SIOP folder, or the name of your school, but something that you're going to be able to identify the folder. And then click Create. The next thing you're going to do is find that folder. So under My Drive, and this is whether you're in the new drive, the old drive, you will have a little triangle here that you can click on that will show you all the folders in your drive. And I'm going to look for the ESC SIOP folder that I just created, and I'm going to click on it. When I click on it, it will say the name of the folder up here. And I want that because I'm going to make all these documents a document for each teacher I'm observing in this folder. So what I need to do is go New and then go Google Doc. If you are in the other look of Drive, the older version where you still have the Create button, what you will do is, see, I'm in that folder, the ESC SIOP folder, I will go Create Document. So it's either New Document or Create Document. So I'm going to create a document, and what I need to do is name the document the same thing as that I named the individual teachers. So these are the things that I'm going to use to name the documents. So I will click on untitled document up here and type in Anna Otto and click OK. If you need to rename the document for whatever reason, you spelled the name wrong, all you have to do is click on the name and change the name. So when I go back to my ESC SIOP folder, there's the document that I created. And you might be wondering, well, how did it get into the folder? When you have the folder name up here and you've selected the folder, anything you create is going to go into this folder. So now I need to create documents for the other teachers as well. So I'd go create or new document, depending what version you're in. I can click on untitled document to rename it and name it Caroline Hughes and click OK. Once you've created all documents for all your teachers that appear in your choose from a list, you're basically done with the setup in terms of creating documents and editing your form. The one last thing you need to do is move your SIOP form into this same folder. What you can do is you can search for the name of the document up here in the search box. So I'm going to type in ESC, and here it is, SIOP, and I'm going to click search. So here's my ESC SIOP walkthrough full-length form. And here are the responses, so I can check them off if I am in the older version of New Drive. And here's my ESC SIOP folder, so I literally can click and drag them into this folder. See how it turned gray? And now if I click on the ESC SIOP folder, they're in the folder. If you're in the other view, the New Drive, and you do not have the Create button, that's how you can tell, you can move things as well. You don't have a checkbox, but what I can do is I can click on what I want to move, and over here there is a More Actions menu, these three dots, and go Move To. A box is going to appear with all the folders. I can find my ESC SIOP folder, click on it, and move it into my ESC SIOP folder. So when you're ready for the next step, what you have is a folder that has the documents, a document for each of the teachers you can observe, and your walkthrough form, and the walkthrough form, the responses. And then remember, the responses are the spreadsheet that everybody's information will appear on. So if I open this up, there's not going to be anything on there because I haven't put all the information in. So that's part one.